Call Layim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, safety, and mercy to the Lord's elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this word in humility and sincerity as commanded by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This gospel is being preached to the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel. Those are the only ones that's going to believe in this gospel. And the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole, Native American Indians of Negroid and Indian descent, according to the seed of the Father. All right? And I've been, thinking about this headline and meditating on this headline to try to figure out, we already know that this devil, he has a master plan. And the Lord's going to disappoint his master plan of world domination. The Lord's going to disappoint that. And cast him down. Let me read that. This Job 5 verse 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. The crafty are these top international bankers, the elites, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. They're all Edomites. The nobles of this society, the hidden shadow government, the ones that pull the strings behind the scenes. Like I said, the top international bankers. Okay. They are the crafty. They come up with crafty counsel and crafty plans to try to, as the scriptures say here, it says, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So the Lord is not going to allow them to accomplish the mandatory chipping of the entire world. They're not going to accomplish it. Okay, but you see this headline, it says the Biden administration is considering a nationwide ban on natural gas stoves over concerns that they cause health and respiratory problems and other health issues. And that's that the concerns is complete and utter bullshit. This is just another building block to the misery and hell on earth that Jacob's trouble is going to be, And America don't have a lot of resources. They don't have a lot of natural gas to produce, to keep giving to you people. And if you don't have a gas stove, then that means what? You're going to have an electric stove. And if you have an electric stove and the electricity go out, how are you going to cook? You're not going to cook. You're going to be assed out. Furthermore, that pretty much connects I just said it. When you have an electric stove, it's connected to the electricity. So anytime that the power goes out, or if they want to cut your power off when this new digital system is rolled out, it's going to be that much easier to do it. It's going to be that much easier to do it. The Apostle Ramlab just did a lesson today entitled Control. This man wants total control. He wants to control you subdermally. He wants to control your household. You're going to have smart appliances, smart devices, smart house. You have smart cities. Everything is going to be digital and on one database. And like I said, I was meditating to try to think like, what's the significance of this? But it's a great significance to take away gas stoves, which, like I said, shows that obviously they don't have a lot of natural gas to give out. They're running low on that. And, they want to connect you to the grid so that you will be even more dependent on them, which they could already cut your gas off. They can cut your gas off, but it's not connected to the electricity. It's a whole nother source. So when the electricity goes out now, for instance, I could still, cook something on the skillet, The refrigerator won't work, but you can still cook something on the skillet. You can still turn the oven on use it for heat, during this dark winter. It says the Biden administration is considering a nationwide ban on gas stoves. So this is Psalm 64 and verse 5. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Who? The crafty that we read in Job 5, the crafty. The top international bankers, the top Edomites of this society that control the society. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter Right. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. You know, when you're a righteous individual, one that fears Yahweh Shemel Shai, you're not going to encourage other people to do evil things. But see, these Edomites, they encourage each other to accomplish and do evil things. I just seen a video of some Edomites, a group of Edomite men talking about childhood experiences and talking about how, Israelites, so-called Negroes and Latinos, so-called, how we didn't grow up masturbating in the same room with our friends. I guess that's something that they did growing up. So these guys, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. It says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right, they're laying traps privily. Let me go to this word privily. Let's see if I can pull it out in the blue letter. Okay, privity. The word is privily, but it's I just put in privity, which is close kin. It says early 13th century, a thing kept hidden or secret. Privacy, private life, secrecy. Set apart, belonging to oneself. It says from the 1500s as participation in the knowledge of something secret. So they are participating in something that is secret. So it says they commune of laying snares privily. They talk about, commune means they talk about it, they fellowship. They commune of laying snares, which a snare is a trap, privily, secretly. So these things these different bills that's being signed, these different bans that's being made, the legislation that they're pushing, the decrees that's going out as far as the CBDC, and all of these things. These are nothing but traps that they're laying, which is like going to be connected to one big trap. It's like they're putting up a fence, okay, upon your freedom and your liberty and your ability to serve the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemel Shah. They're trying to put a fence around that. But before you could secure that area, you got to put the fence up. You put up the one side of the fence. That might take a couple of days. Then you might put up the next side. But the fence, it doesn't matter unless the fence is complete, because there's always going to be an entryway or a way out. They're putting up the fence so that there's no way out and there's no way in unless they want you to go in or out, So once that fence is complete, that's when it's going to be destroyed by Yahweh Shemel Shai, once they're about to put their new world order in place. Psalm 64 verse 5, it says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Because the majority of people are oblivious to what's going on. The majority of people are going to say, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It does cause asthma and respiratory. I never thought about it. I never heard nobody say that a gas stove caused asthma and respiratory problems until today. But so now all of a sudden, this is a major issue, not people collapsing and unexpectedly. That's not an issue. Not Flint without water, and all these issues that you got going on. Los Angeles is a dump. San Francisco is a drug dump. Whole state of California. That doesn't matter. That's not an issue. The issue is we need to get rid of these gas stoves. We need to get rid of your ability to produce fire. See what I'm saying? They're laying a trap for you. It says Psalm 64 verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So that's why I was looking at this article and I said, yeah, they're doing something. This is not by mistake. This is not, this is strategic right here. This is a war tactic. This is a part of the siege. Okay, taking away your ability to produce, not to produce fire, but if you don't know how to start a fire, then, they're taking away your ability to produce fire. They're taking away your ability to have a source of power or heat dependent or independent of the actual electrical grid. But they want to connect all that. They see everything's going to be connected to the grid. You, your appliances, you know, your thing in your hand. If the Lord give you over to take it, everything is going to be on one database. So it says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, because in order to make this thing come to play in their mind, they have to do all of these different steps. Okay, that they've searched out. It says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So they don't do nothing by mistake. You know, their heart and their mind is deep. They're very strategic in the things that they do on the global scale. You know, so this the Lord said that many great miseries shall be done to them. In 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50, it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So because these people have walked in great pride, the Lord is about to starve a lot of people. The Lord is about to freeze a lot of people. You have people freezing to death in their cars in Buffalo during that storm. You know, because these people are people that dwell without care. You know, the women are at ease. The men are settled on their lees. You know, these people are freezing to death in a damn blizzard, man. Not trying to, well, you had one person that was frozen to death outside on the sidewalk. So he could have been trying to get somewhere. But you had people just sitting in their car, freezing to death. How the hell can you just sit in your car and allow yourself to freeze to death? Why would you not try to, run to the nearest big building? So it says here, 2nd Ezra 8 verse 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right, walked in great pride, man. Especially you women. And then the only reason why you wouldn't hop out the car and try to run to the nearest building is if you was underdressed. You know, as if you was underdressed. You didn't have on a coat. You didn't have on a hat. You didn't have on a scarf. You didn't have on no boots. Because you just, you don't fear the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's an easy thing for the Lord to judge a man in the day of his death. And you think when the man wake up that morning that he knew he was going to die, or he thought he was going to die that day? 2nd Ezra 8 verse 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. So you're going to have people without electricity, without a stove, without a refrigeration, without running water. And who knows how long that's going to last. These things are coming because it's Bible prophecy. It's the birth pains of the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So we know it's going to happen because it's written. And the Lord said that the elect shall be saved out of it. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So Jeremiah is saying that he's seeing a vision of individuals, as with faces of paleness, meaning fear, unbelief, disbelief, great fear and anguish, because he said he see a man doth travail with child. So the man is hunched over or holding his loins, as if he's in pain for the things that's coming upon the earth, or for the things that he might have seen that day. It says, and this is referring to the time of Jacob's trouble, as verse 7 says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Meaning what? Is it going to be a good day? No, it's going to be a terrible day. It says, alas, for that day is great. Great meaning terrible. It says, so that none is like it. None is like it, meaning never been this terrible. Never been this dangerous. Never been this savage. Never been this treacherous. This much amount of death and bloodshed. That's what that means. It don't mean it's going to be a happy day like no other. Jeremiah 30 verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the he is referring to the elect. The elect going to be saved out of these troublesome times that's coming upon the earth, and The Lord told us to watch as well as pray, because the devil, what he's doing is he's making different moves to make this time of trouble what the Lord wanted to be, But if we're watching and we're aware and we're praying and we're seeking Yahweh Shem Shah is going to have mercy on us if we are the elect. So Lord, wants to edify and giving all praise, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechach, Chodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, Abad, Babal,